ladies and gentlemen. There it is. It's the closing bell, and this is the closing bell report. Oddly enough, Rob Williams, the Newsmax Deputy Financial Editor, will join us. But first, let's go to the numbers, because those numbers are all important. You notice the one green arrow, which we'll get to, the Dow down 7 points. Peanuts. The S&P also down about less than a point, a few cents. But the NASDAQ, that's the green arrow, baby. It's up over 13 points, 48.01, a high for the year. And that's mostly due, Rob Williams, to APPLE, Apple, which is at a new record high, almost $125 a share, up 13% this year and 68% from a year ago, and they haven't even given out the watch or the car yet.
Isn't it remarkable that a company that's $700 billion could still rise another 2.5% in a day? Just think of all the wealth being created there.
My gosh!
At least somebody's doing it.
Well, you know, there's talk that in February, which this is February, so I guess at the end of the month or near the end of the month, there'll be an announcement, a show, you know, but whatever, where the watch will be unveiled. Supposedly, there's talk of a new iPad or whatever, and all kinds of different things. And it's like they're not stopping.
Right, and that I think is going to be the biggest challenge for them, is to continue to innovate, continue to generate excitement, and then also just keep the iPhone sales going, because that's their hit product, and it really is responsible for most of their sales and profit.
And we heard that, you know, after Steve Jobs, you know, left and passed, you know, what's going to happen? 68% from last year. I don't think there's any question. Okay, let's talk about what spooked the rest of the markets, or it prevented them from doing much. We're so focused on Greece.
Well, yeah, today was the volume wasn't really there as in terms of the number of shares traded. It almost felt like a holiday or Christmas Eve or something. So it just felt that no one was there to trade. And so with that, I think markets are seeking direction. They want to get this Greece situation resolved. They continue to negotiate it. They need to get it done by the end of the month, or Greece would default, and that could set off just a succession of really negative events. So I don't think anyone really wants to see that happen.
Well, there was a false report at around 2 p.m. Eastern that there was a ceasefire agreed to in Ukraine,
right?
And the markets went up on that news. I mean, how does something like that get started?
Well, yeah, it went out. You're right. It went out on the news wires, and I suppose the algorithms that read headlines started buying everything in sight, because the market spiked upward and then flattened and then dipped a little bit at the end. And so I think as people try to take measure of what was really going on, there really hasn't been an agreement signed yet. They're meeting.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath with Putin involved.
Well,
but you talk about sliding. Oil down 2.5% today to close under 50, well under 50 at 48.84. And again, it's almost like a broken record. When it goes down, they talk about large supplies, and you know, and when it goes up, they talk about, well, maybe it's hit bottom. And how many times have we given both sides of this story?
Well, right. And today it was the petroleum status report, which showed how much oil America has stored up, and it was a lot. So
we're bleeding oil.
We are.
We got it all over, man. I can't even fit it in my garage.
Right, and we continue to produce a lot of oil, even though we've talked about the rig count, the number of rigs out there. They've tried to cut that down, just slow down the supply.
Right.
We'll try to get a bottom under prices, and so we're still looking for that bottom.
And tomorrow we have retail sales, and what effect are lower gas prices having on consumer spending. So we'll look for that tomorrow. Rob, I thank you as always. Rob Williams, Newsmax Deputy Financial Editor. And if you want to take control of your financial future, you check out moneynews.com. There it is, and there, I think that's 2 days in a row we have the President of the United States on there. That is fantastic. Check out moneynews.com. It is live 24/7. And coming up next, it is Gimme 5, which you have to watch now. It's not live 24/7.